moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouakai...
Local country. How long have you been selling here? I've been selling almost 3 years. Not even 3 years, but I can't remember. But you've been selling here for a long time. For a very long time. Yeah. So how was things during President Weah town? It was smoothly moving up. From now, as you can see, since the morning, we never sell one customer. So since this morning, and then nobody has bought anything for you here. Yes. Police can take your money. They expect you to free here. Okay. Since the morning, nobody number. So are you free? You are leader. I will get taken out my Wow. So now, will you prefer President Weah coming back? Oh yes, I'm a United Partisan. Yes. But now if election is here today, I will vote President Weah. President Weah. Yes. Go here, United Partisan. Yes. Okay, because of what's going on now, we're really getting our shit. Yes. Yeah, economic condition is not better. Oh yes. Okay. Your name again? I'm Jay Kamara. I'm not Jay Kamara. Yeah. Thanks for having you. So ma, how everything? How's the country with you now? The country too hard. Not allowed to eat my son. The country hard. Wow. Can you imagine? My children coming dre. The old shoe that on the bed I take from there. Doing Jogia time. Yeah. I will buy different things. I will come at shopping. I buy different things. But the old shoe, yeah. I come from Brighton now. I'm going to put it on the green tray. So tell me now, what the facility now I will go on in the country? It's too hard. So you saying that what you were promised by the Joseph Yuma Bouakai government, that is not what you nothing. I'm not saying nothing working. Nothing working, brother. I will not lie to you. So what do you prefer now? Will you prefer George Manneh Weah coming back? I say I prefer 100 times. You know what I will tell you? My chicken, my dog, everything waiting. Now. Everything waiting. I say everything waiting to vote for George Weah. Wow. Yes, because I know the interest are in him, and I know that God sent him. God sent him. Yeah, God sent him. So, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So how is business going? How's business? The business is not really improving. So now you've been selling here for over some years, and so during the regime of George Manneh Weah, and as compared to now under President Joseph Yuma Bouakai, how can you compare business? You can't compare it because I can remember 2017 when George Weah became president for Labrador. As of the time I start making money on my own. I even bought Lendy. But anytime the party people come in power, something very hard. As you can see me, this is not my body. Things are hard. Yeah, so from the economic situation, the economic situation for presently, this regime is very hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. So it was quite better doing George Manneh Weah down now. Okay. Yes. So if you are grading the two governments, who will you grade higher past them first? I will grade George Weah government 100% and this government 10%. Okay, thank you so much. Your name again? I'm James Fire. James Fire. Thank you. So how is business going? Thank God, my man, you know now. So you still a Joseph Bouakai government. So doing George Manneh Weah, how was business with you? Business was already know to say what this number no business, but to say one Canadian I'm playing. Wow. So are you saying now it's better than Joseph Yuma Bouakai time is higher than President Weah time?
Very, very hard. Very to prepare George Weah time. One George Weah again. That will come back.
So are you calling George Weah back? So if election is to be held, who will you vote for? George Weah?
Leave our vote George Weah.
Wow. So if you have to grade the past regime and the current regime, how will you grade them?
The past regime, I will grade the past regime 80%, and this regime, I will grade this regime 50%.
Thank you so much. Your name again?
I'm Moses.
Moses. So like the regime of President Weah and now under Joseph Yuma Baka, how can you compare business? How was it during President Weah time and now how it is during this administration of Joseph Yuma Baka?
Well, the business sector now will find it difficult because of the US rate.
Okay, because of the US
Yes rate. Because when the US go up, you find out people and to buy can be difficult. When the US rates come down, you can find the liberty plenty in the market so everybody can buy. But for now, the US rate is high.
But what do you think is the cause of that?
Well, we can only blame the central government for that.
The government. So how is business with you currently?
The business is not going well now because in the government we're finding more difficulty.
So during George Manneh Weah time, how was your business?
During George Manneh Weah time, at least business are going on small we're managing.
You're managing.
Yeah.
So now, if you have to compare the two governments, who are you great as far as your friends?
Yeah, I'll grade George Weah government because this government we thought that this government will come to bring things for us, but we see now everyone are going. I log on seeing business people are not even there getting what they need in a business. Business going afloat.
So how was business today for you?
Yeah, at least I think what God gave me today, at least I in 5,000. Yeah, at least I can manage. And I saw a business I said I come to farm a daily bread.
So you said at least you in 5,000. So
yeah.
We George Manneh Weah time when you come in the market here in Douala market and sell usually by the evening hour. How much you used to carry home and when you live in the market?
Yeah, during Weah time at this hour I used to generate almost 20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's wide range.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you again. So how is business moving?
Oh really, it is not fun.
Okay.
But in everything we get gotten for the movement. But the government is not doing well for us.
Yes, so during President Weah time, I think that was the time you started selling here. So how was business back then as compared to now?
Oh, Weah time was very great.
Okay.
It was very great because when you can't sell, end of the day you know that you're going home to your family. Okay. But for now, it's very difficult.
But what do you think is the problem now? It's very difficult.
The problem from the government. Because there is no job for the youth, there is no job for our parents. And even they are putting our people down, our parents are crying, so people will take pay, they will come back, they are not taking pay, so really, we are facing a lot of problem in the country now.
So how can you grade the two administrations, Joseph Yuma and George Manneh Weah? How can you grade them?
I grade George Weah government as one.
Okay, thank you so much.
100%.
Your name again?
Philip, my name.
Philip. So how is business moving?
Business high.
Business high here. Yeah. So what is the cause that business is high here?
The way the country is running, I will business.
So during President Weah time, how was business as compared to now?
What? Business was growing there.
Business was growing?
Yeah.
So you telling me that business was growing during President Weah time more than now?
Yeah.
So how is the range? Now you come, you say send this money, and now you will be leaving very soon. So how much have been your income today? But as compared to President Weah time, how was your income like?
So now President Weah time, so now we can sell the whole day of bar.
The whole day of bar?
Yeah, what this now? For the full of bars, there are war.
Wow. Thank you so much. Your name again?
Elijah.
Yes.
So how is business moving?
The business is hard more than before.
More than before. So tell us about before. How was business back
before then? Before, not very difficult oppressing now.
Okay.
At least we used to pass one cartoon and when we come one day, everything will finish. But now when you buy one cartoon, it can take more than 1 week.
Wow.
Before it finish.
Wow.
Nothing sporting market, so I know the road and the market where they point they pushing to us. So the government now they gotta try to really work on it because they're making a lot of mistakes and they may say hurting our heart.
So it hurting your heart. So
yes.
If election is to be held to the judgment, we are come back.
You will be 100% ready to 100%.
So how is business?
Very technical.
Very technical. What do you mean by that?
It is slow.
This is slow.
Yeah.
So you've been selling for how many years?
And with the police are disturbing on the meeting room.
Okay.
I know I'll be ready locate or we don't get location, but we disturb every time we on the road.
So now you've been selling for how many years?
For me,
yeah,
I'm a 10 year.
So doing president, we are regime. How was business with you as compared to now?
In West. They need more west than Jowiatan. But it seems now it's very high.
For now it is difficult than President Wiatan.
Yes.
President Wiatan was quite better than now.
Yes.
That is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit or small.
A little bit or small. Yeah. So now if election is to be held today, President Wia come back, and who will you vote for? President Wia or President Bwaka?
Jowia
You vote for Jowia.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Your name again?
Even Fire.
Even Fire. So let's now doing President Wiatan. How was business compared to now?
Doing President Wiatan, the building was good more than this time.
Okay, well, good more than this time. But what do you think is the problem? What do you think is the problem?
Who really know?
So if election is to be held today, they bring Jowia and they bring Bwaka. Who will you vote for now? Say it was better to do job than Wiatan.
They're not easy. No, President Wiatan or all more than this time.
So you prefer President Wia coming back?
Yes.
Okay. Then how is business?
This is not running, no money in the country. Everything looking tough.
So compare this regime as compared to
the regime or farm money regime.
Or farm money regime.
Yeah,
how?
Because we're seeing money on the street.
Money on the street.
Yeah.
And your business
is running.
But now it is not like
it's
that.
Tough.
Wow. Yeah. So what can be your measures to the government to intervene in this kind of situation?
We can pass our measure to tell the government they have to put McKenna in place to see how everything will be okay.
So will you be willing for President George Manu Weah to come back
and
to power instead of Joseph Numa Bwaka remain
yes. I'm waiting for President Weah to come back more than Joseph Numa Bwaka.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Ellis Wonder.
Thank you, sir, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, we said no money in the country now, everything hard. My name Barry. Imare. Yeah.
So you're talking, you say how is business?
It isn't everything cool, brother. We just want the song say no understanding, no market going, everything hard. Say they put it money behind everything.
I was it before doing President Wiatan.
No, Wiatan, you were always small, two movie small, you do hard, but two movie small. But now you look at it before. Very, very hard, ever before.
Okay, so the way you are saying it, what do you think is solve the problem? Do you think President Weah should come back or what?
When you come back, 2020 now will be waiting for him to come back.
So when he come back, will you put him back as president?
I wish I would put him back up out.
Okay, thank you so much. Your name again?
Imare.
Yeah, so Jacob, how is business?
This is very tough, bro.
This is very tough.
Very, very much tough. Also, it's giving a hard time. We don't sell one piece.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of my market is 6 days. They ask to pay money to get it. They can share us more than 5 or 6 different groups. Up on arrested, you going free. Up on kind of arrested, going free. So we're saying tough time, but very hard. So asking the government to come to our help. Yeah, ready.
So was it like this during President Weah time?
No. President Weah 100% was selling our business, no scratch. Maybe they don't have it like, oh, you're driving behind small, but they know the rest market. And I was having 100%. We have to get a coach to sell because I'm like I know Robert did it to sustain. So, but the same government to overthink have been tough. He even see the black player, they go across the black where he sell and no spear at the back. We ask them to find place for all to sell. Since then, we get no answer from them. And the police are disturbing us.
Okay, yeah. So now, if President Weah is to come back, will you vote him?
100%. I really voted him.
You voted him?
I voted him.
You are willing to vote him?
If you come 400 times, you come 400 times, I'll vote him.
Thank you so much. Your name again?
My name is Jacob.
So.
All right, so welcome to all. As usual, we ask that you please do us a favor, and that favor required of you is to kindly hit for us the share button. So share with friends, share with family members, and let's have a wonderful time. Let's have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time.
Formula brought today. CCP with ISA.
Think about it, gentlemen. $28,000 for the whole year for teachers' education. Then we got Center for Curriculum Development, $20,000. But we should celebrate that, yes, they're giving us a budget. They put these figures because many of our people are not economically inclined and don't have an accounting background and don't have the time to critically analyze these things. It's sad. If you have 20,000 for curriculum, you know what curriculum is. Today, I'm sitting down wondering why I did amoeba in school. The other day, I asked my son teacher, why are you usually wasting my time? Since I left school, I haven't seen amoeba. I wasn't doing science. Why are you wasting my time? But if we spend 20K for curriculum development in a whole projected so-called 1.2 billion that I call actually is a 900 million budget, then we're not ready yet. We're clearly not ready. But let's look at something. The PSRP allotment for education, like I said, $1.9 million on renovation and rehabilitation of schools. So if that money anticipated for META doesn't come, schools will not be renovated this year. So that's $1.9 million. $1.8 million on expansion of school and school feeding. If that $200 million doesn't come, there will be no expansion of school. $500K for child one child program. So we're waiting for META $200 million and not the $900 million that we already know we'll collect out of the economy for us to buy chairs for our children. But let's break down. 500,000. It sounds big. 500,000 divided by $25 per chair, that's 20,000 chairs. It cannot even feed Monserrato. And when we go, you will begin to understand that this whole budget is a joke and that these guys, if I have my chance, will have them arrested and we will hold them accountable for the kinds of damage they cause to this country, especially this unity party. Whenever they've been in power, they've just brought new cops to lead our country, and these guys are good at talking. You know, they say empty drum makes the most noise. When they talk, you see they have some stuff. The money was already present a guy.
We have some of the money was signed, some of the loan, the money was available. When the contractor procurement process needs to be done, they can go into it because government are continuing with it. Look at RIA, they're taking RIA, all the money was done, contract signed, but the road is being done. But road cannot be done in one day. So people are doing the road again to power. He didn't want to do the road. Some of the road I see going 80%. He did that 1 year they do 80% of the road. The road was being done, all the one was leaving. The road from Tapita to Saclay, from Tapita to Ganta, from San Nicolas to Logato, all the road in Nima going in the southeast, all done by CDC. But government are continuing with it, so you can't be continue. So they have not done anything new. But when you say to them, because the one way election, they see with a lot of power, they'll continue a lot of see with, yeah. But when we're doing road, they say road was not priority. They say that road will eat. They say road should not have been done. The government should have focused on different things. Say we use road as one of our major pillars. Why they say they use everything doing?
are talking, you know, they say empty drum makes the most noise. You see nothing. And under the Unity Party governance, the country appeared to be a hopeless infrastructure. But let's do a comparative analysis. While Ministry of Education gets that, let's look at what the Ministry of State gets. $1.3 million on special operations services. 1.3 million. Whatever they want to do, special operations services. But we get 500,000 under the PSRP anticipated to come from a meter 200 million to buy chairs for students. But Boyka doesn't have to wait. He's going to get $1.3 million for special operation. But why the old man went out jog? That kind of money is enough to make you jump up on your bed. $850,000 on special presidential projects. So even a Boyka won't buy a car for his girlfriends, is all part of the special presidential projects. $361,000 for fuel and lubricants of vehicles. Ministry of State. $300,000 on celebrations. $300,000 on furniture and fixtures. This budget have shown where the government priorities are. It's not with education, not with health, it's for them. But let's go further. The total allotment to take care of the president and vice president is EPS, $9.1 million. And we'll go into the EPS budget so you can begin to ask them the hard questions. Ministry of State, 15.1. If you put this together, just the executive mansion with Boyka and his protection for he and Kun gets $24.2 million. This is outrageous. And when you look at the allotment to health and education, it's amazing. So let's look at the educational worker salary. Like I said, out of that budget of 53, they get 37.9 million educational worker salary. The total spend on education for 2024 is going to be 15.6. And the 15.6 million is less the anticipated inflow of $4.5 million anticipated from the Mitasi arrangement. So in essence, we're spending about $11.1 million on education this year, which is really sad. But let's look at an analysis of the EPS budget. The EPS budget, they're spending $6.4 million on salaries. It confuses me. You guys have friends in the EPS. They don't make $1,000. But even if every EPS officer was earning $1,000, it means that if you divide 1,000 by 6.4 million, it means you got 6,400 EPS personnel. It's bigger than the army. It's bigger than the national police. Why do you need 6,400 persons? So how much people in the EPS makes? It's a question that you need to ask. You see, these are the things to do. They will hide extra expenses in certain structures and make it look like the executive mansion budget is small or the Ministry of State budget is small, but then they hide it through these things. Why would salaries for the EPS be 6.4 million? Why? I really don't understand. If you took $1,000 salary, it means one EPS officer makes almost 10 times what a police officer makes. These are really critical issues. We urge the public to demand an understanding of the actual size of the EPS. Because the EPS need to protect the president, the first family, and the vice president and his family. So at most, you should have at least 200-300 EPS officers. Now here's the
All right, so again, fellow Liberians home and abroad, we are grateful to be here. We want to say thanks to all for the level of support that we continue to receive from you. We urge you, as usual, to do us a favor, share with friends and share with family members. These videos that we played before the show is to stimulate you and put you in a position where you will be prepared for the discussion and to also know the things that are obtaining in Liberia. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you that continue to support what we do. We appreciate you. And what we want to say is that this is a commitment we made to ourselves. So no matter the circumstance or situation, comes rain, comes the sun, we will be here to inform you. This is a responsibility that we've taken. And again, I want to say to those of you who remain very supportive through your prayers, through your encouragement, we really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Words are inadequate to express how grateful we are for all you continue to do. We want to say thank you. There is a saying that in life, it is not everything that you eat that goes in your stomach. And others will say, the race is not to the swift, but those who endure unto the end. Not the end, but the very end. So I want to say thanks to all of you. Those of you who joining us on the YouTube, I want to say thanks. I recognize Ran Nima. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate you. Madam Josephine Campbell, we want to say thank you for your presence here. Ben Goa Jr., thank you so much, Ben, for joining us. This month has been a very tough month for me with work and with so many other things. It has been very, very tough. I lost a very dear friend of mine. When I received the message some 3 days ago, it really, really, really broke me down. I mean, a very dear friend of mine. But again, you know, in everything, you say we give God thanks in everything. So we want to say thank you. We are here to do what we love doing, to do what is best. So join us, hit us the share button, and let's have a wonderful time. I want to say happy birthday to Ambassador Dan. Ambassador Roosevelt Dan celebrates his natal day. I want to say happy birthday to you, Ambassador Dan. We are wishing you all of the best, and we hope and pray that the Almighty will continue to guard and protect you. We want to say thank you for all you continue to do. Thank you. So, Ambassador Dan, to you, we say happy birthday to you. We wish you all of the best, and we wish you well. Thank you so much. So, today we want to discuss several issues. Several issues we want to discuss. And the reason why we will be discussing this issue is because where we are now as a people, there is a need for us to continue to inform you, to continue to educate you, and to continue to highlight these excesses that we are faced with in Liberia. I'm sorry. I'm trying to set this thing. You know, I get different thing going on here, so just forgive me. So today we'll be speaking on a wide range of issues, starting from you know, the recent protest that was held. I know Mr. Boyka appearance at the, you know, the station, some of the things he said, and other issues. We're going to be talking about it. So to do that, hit for us the share button, join us in the comment section, and let's have a very wonderful time. But I want to start with this because it's very important. What is the outcome
from the case of J. Brian McGill, the deputy minister that raped a 14-year-old girl, the deputy minister for Ministry of Youth and Sports that raped a 14-year-old. Where are we on that particular case? Where are we? I repeat, the deputy minister for the Ministry of Youth and Sports in Liberia, who raped a 14-year-old. What becomes of the case? Where are we with that particular case? Where are we? The reason why some of us will continue to highlight these issues is because we are fathers, we are brothers, we are uncles, we have our kids, we have other people that are related to us, and we want a better Liberia. We want a Liberia where our children will not be afraid when they see people in vehicle. We want a Liberia where the man who is living in Sinko can receive the same justice that the man who is living in the executive mansion will receive. We want a Liberia where the people who are living, for example, in Grand Cape Makante, Sinjay, they can receive the same justice that the people who are living, for example, in the home of Joseph Newman Boyka can receive. It is that particular Liberia that we want. But it is unfortunate, fellow Liberians. From all indication, the Liberia we envision under His Excellency President Dr. George Manning Weah is not the Liberia that we are seeing. No, it's not the Liberia we are seeing. We are seeing a completely different Liberia. That's what we are seeing. A completely different Liberia. We are seeing a Liberia where people who are associated with the power that be, people who are connected with the power that be, people who have some level of proximity to so-called top officials or big name, they will commit crime and walk away with impunity. We are seeing a Liberia under Joseph Newman Boyka where the president have now weaponized all of the other branches of government against the opposition. We are seeing a Liberia that is slipping fast from good governance, from the rule of law, and for respect for everything that good governance come with. And these things that we are seeing, we are overlooking it until it comes right at our doorsteps. And we say, oh, those people who were massacred in Kinjor by this particular regime of Joseph Newman Boyka, they didn't know that it was going to happen. What they felt was that, like every other people who has the right and responsibility to question their government and demand for the government to do what the government is supposed to do, that's what they were doing. But today, that story is cold. And nobody from the government is answering question for the massacre that was done in Kinjo. You see, Bweka is gradually getting deeply rooted in this act of violence, in this act of disrespect for the rule of law, because people seems not to be very, 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 very angry. When I mean very angry, it may not be through a destructive means. But where those institutions that want to lead, those institutions that wants the Liberian people vote, to some extent are giving Bweka the opportunity to be deeply rooted in his act of disrespect towards the Liberian people and the Constitution. And the way we are leaving Bweka to behave the way he is behaving, stop. At the end of the day, Bweka will have a deep root. Bweka will have a deep root. Bweka will feel emboldened in his disrespect for the rule of law. And before you think that you can take action, it will be late. Because what Bweka is not doing is enabling and equipping all of his different auxiliary to be grounded in disrespect. It's like, take for example, you get a child in a house. And from the very infant stage, that child starts a bad behavior. And you as a parent, instead of correcting that particular child from the very onset, you say, well, that small boy or that small girl, amen, that child, lead a child. 4 years old, amen, lead a child. 5 years old, amen, lead a child. 6, 10, amen, lead a child, lead a boy, that small boy. You don't know what he's doing. At the end of the day, you are making that child to get used and to get very comfortable in that particular behavior. You are indirectly empowering that child to think that what he is doing is acceptable. It is okay. Thank you. To think that it is okay. When he reached to the stage where at the end of the day, he is maybe to some extent has the strength to refuse your order, then it is that time now that you want to cry. But nobody will hear you because the child is already deeply rooted in their behavior. And there's the reason why, fellow Liberian, most of the time, you see people grow up with certain bad behavior that people cannot take from them. Certain bad behavior. Because from the very onset, as a child, or maybe a very young age, a very tender age, the parent refuse to correct that child, to set that child down and say, you can't continue like this. This is not what you should be doing. Or provide the information why they should not do it. So that child grows up with that particular behavior. And he thinks it's okay. And sometimes those behavior, before you can even take the corrective measure, is ugly, is bad. And you hear some people saying, "It here, it was in me from small boy days." And some of them can even blame their parents. So what is happening in Liberia is exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe we are thinking that at a certain point in time, we would say to Breaker, no, you can't do this. But at the time, Breaker will be comfortable in his behavior. Breaker would have empowered all of his auxiliary to be disrespectful, will empower all of his different people to do the wrong. To do the wrong. Remember now, whether you like it or not, these people, they have the money. When you are in a country where you have a high level of unemployed people, be careful with the way government behave. So what we are doing is we are educating the people. We are preparing our people. And we are grateful that everything that we are doing is taking root. Well, sit down. That everything that we are doing is taking root. Our people are understanding us. Our people are getting us. Our people are understanding us and they are getting us. And the message is going across. To the extent that people who were whining and dining with the system, you are hearing from them. You think why they are doing what they are doing is because of our effort. Because we refuse to bow down. Because we refuse to keep quiet. Change does not start with the multitude. It starts with an individual. It starts with an individual. And the multitude benefit or they jump into that advocacy. So it is not about how many people, but it's about you. How you going to start it? Look at what is happening in Liberia. A minister will rape a 14 years old. The one who now should be accounting for such an act will submit a letter of leave to the president, and the president will say, I grant you that particular leave. And he's passing around, comfortable in his doing. The fees is okay. Where we have reached now, there are people who commit crimes, insult people, and think it's fine. Look at the last time what happened. Eugene Fagon. The boy insulted. I mean, he insulted. Insulted lawmakers. And what came of it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I remember during President Weah time, President Weah said no. We will not condone such a behavior of you challenging lawmakers. We will not condone such a behavior of you raining insults on these people. Yes, we can disagree with them. Yes, we can say, they are wrong, but it should be done in a respectable manner. You see, what President we are trying to inculcate in our society is respect for the rule of law. I know sometimes some people out of frustration will sit and say, hey, you see, that real governance running now in Liberia. No, it's not real governance. I know out of frustration, some people will sit there and say, President Weah, you are too soft. He was not too soft. What President Weah was teaching us is respect for the rule of law. What he was teaching us is how to be able to control our emotions, even if we disagree with the system. What President Weah was teaching us was what we refer to as, somebody will say, patience. was teaching us how to be strong, even when others think that you are silent. That's what President Weah was teaching us. After the war, after we fought war in Liberia, and there were atrocities and etc., that were committed, the people needed a system that would be able to transform that mind. The people needed a leader that will be able to show them the right way to confront the system in a non-violent manner and posture, because they were still in the mood of violence. The country neglected the people. They were not adequately rehabilitated. Systems were never put in place to help our people. The government did not create those counseling centers. The Liberians who are traumatized could go there and seek healing through counseling and etc. So when look, now I can sit and understand that President Weah had one of the hardest work ever as a president in the republic. Now look, when I sit sometimes, I just sit by myself and begin to calculate and look at things from a realistic standpoint. Then I say, what? President Weah had the hardest, the toughest job ever as a president. Because what President Weah was doing was not just representing the government and providing guidance. President Weah was also detoxifying the minds of his people. He was teaching them how to be respectful to the rule of law. He was teaching them how to again respect the system. He was teaching them how to use the system in order to be able to confront ills in a non-violent manner. That's what President Weah was doing. He was not only the president of the republic, but he was the counselor of the republic. He was the guardian of the republic. Now I understand that the work of President Weah was very difficult. Very, very difficult. Now sometimes I sit and I see to myself, I thought that President Weah was just the president. But his work was more than just a president. He was a counselor. He was a healer to his people. Because Liberia was on the edge of violence. Look, the first man to take over the country, post-war Liberia, was President Weah. He had the toughest job ever to do. Because remember now that Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, her work was not tough. You know why? Because she had different people to help her. My people, I'm sorry, there are competing priorities. Okay, fine, it's okay. So what he was doing was trying to lead by example. That's why sometimes when people say, oh, President Weah was weak, you are this, you are that. No, he wasn't weak. He was teaching Liberians how to exercise restraint. He was reconciling the nation. He was teaching us a non-violent approach. Today, look at what we have. Today, look at what we have under Joseph Numa Boyka. It's almost like we are in the war era, where violence is becoming the order of the day. Where violence is becoming the order of the day. The president who is one of the oldest that Liberia have ever elected to the presidency, is not even playing the role as a father, as a counselor, as a guardian. Joseph Numa Boyka talked about the issue of drugs. When last have you heard or have you seen Joseph Numa Boyka organizing a program in order to help our young people? When? When last have you seen it? I can play you clips of President Weah having program. The current president of Ghana, he was in one of those programs that President Weah had, encouraging the young people and saying that, look, we cannot continue on this path. Drugs should not be the path for our nation. President Weah organized program, being the kind of person that he is, his background, where he came from. He used a story to motivate people who were down the line, people who felt that they were neglected by society. President Weah was almost like a counselor for us. Why he was? For the nation. We saw President Weah using his story to encourage other people that you can make it. That you've not been forgotten. Push harder. I want to show you something here. I want to bring this for you to see. Let me play a few bars of this because it's important. It's very important.
On this, the Tostification Rehabilitation Center, which was recently opened by my administration here at Boston.
I want you to listen.
County.
To fight the issue of drugs, His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah did not just politicize it and sit in the executive mansion and say, all is well. He took a practical approach. You see, Liberians, you were being deceived by these people. And there's the reason why they continue to what? To behave the way they are behaving. You gave Joseph Numa Boyka a pass to feel comfortable in his lies. The man lied his way to power. Liberian bought it. They agreed to the lies of Joseph Numa Boyka. So why will he not continue to lie, and lie? I want to welcome one of our leaders, a big sister, Madam Claude Allison. You are welcome. I want to welcome Nina Kuya. Thank you so much for joining us. Jonathan Toole, thank you for joining us. Samuel, I want to say you are highly welcome. All of you, Francis Dix, all of you who are joining us, we really do appreciate your presence here. So President Weah took a practical approach. He did not lie to you. The reason why you see Joseph Numa Boyka, these people feel so much good lying. They are emboldened in their lives. It's because you gave them the pass. So they believe that that is the best way to proceed. They feel that that is the best way to proceed. They ain't get time for you. Any man that gets a very cheap pass in getting a relationship, sometimes he does not value that relationship. Understand? Sometimes he does not value it. He thinks that all is just okay. Any man that lie his way to your bedroom will continue to lie his way out. So listen to President Weah. He took a practical approach. This was when they had the program.
That in June of last year, I launched the National Fund Drive for the rehabilitation and empowerment of the at-risk youth of Liberia.
Get free of it.
On the team, reclaiming our youth for a better Liberia.
Francis Swing, you are welcome.
At that time, I indicated that we had established the goal of raising approximately $13.9 million United States dollars for this noble cause, with assistance from our development partners, including the United Nations system, the World Bank,
I will
and
carry
the
this in
African
front.
Development Bank, the IMF, and the diplomatic corps, as well as the permanent members of the business community.
So let me just carry this back and you listen.
Organization, a non-governmental agency, Madam Weeks, members of the clergy, members of the business community, members of the food estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
There's a place I want to capture and I want you to listen.
I'm delighted to be here today to participate in this program. My former colleagues in ECOWAS Parliament, agency in Liberia, our special guest, Honorable Mahama from Ghana, visiting us, my former colleagues in ECOWAS Parliament.
So you see, at that program, right, at that particular program, that detoxification program of the at-risk youth, John Mahama, who is now the president of Ghana, he was present at that program. You see how President Weah value his people. You see how President Weah attach importance to the rehabilitation of young people. You see how President Weah ensure that, look, these people are our precious juror. These people are the ones that we are working for. John Mahama was invited. Some of his colleagues from the international community, they were invited to that particular program. Because President Weah wanted to send a picture that you can be like any one of these people. I will carry this in front small for you to listen to something. They were there. Some colleagues from from his international colleagues from ECOWAS, he invited them to that particular program. He said, "You come, so our youth can see you, so you can encourage our young people." President Weah took the international community and brought it to the people who we refer to as Zogos, the disadvantaged youth. Because the message that President Weah wanted to send to Liberians youth is that once you are focused, you can get out of this and be like these people. You can live a better life. You can be the next leader. He made these disadvantaged youth to feel part of the society. That was the period of rehabilitation, rehabilitating them. Let me carry this in front a bit for you to hear it. Start from there. Carry it.
Dr. Lee Scouts, the United Nations Resident Coordinator in the United Nations Agency in Liberia.
Just some of the people that are invited to the
Our
program.
special guest, Honorable Mahama from Ghana, visiting us, my former colleague in ECOWAS Parliament. Good to see you, sir. Our motivational speaker, Mr. Roosevelt Banks. Honorable Yonadi Kamoyiksha, UNFPA Deputy Country Representative, heads of other international organizations, non-governmental agency, Madam Weeks, members of the clergy, members of the business community, members of the food estate.
So let me carry this in front a bit where he was talking to these young people.
You understand? I live in the West Ghetto in Liberia, Charlene. But I am a good man. So Charlene did not take me away. But I went to Charlene all the time. One day I decided I'm not joining. I'm not going to Charlene anymore. You know what I did? Now I tried to change the Charlene. I remember I joined the CID. Then the street man became the officer to arrest those people that to Charlene. So that's my experience. Marijuana, I was on record in Gibraltar, in that church, I was the arresting officer of marijuana. Because I knew that marijuana was bad. So I was the one that arrested the opium from the church in Gibraltar when I was working as an informer and carrying bash. Because I wanted to clean our community. If I didn't want to clean the community, I wanted to say, well, no problem, we'll do it. So sometimes you can change. Because I knew the right thing was to make sure that if that marijuana get into our community, most of our young children will be spoiled. So you see, from the substance abuser to the cop. And today I'm standing here as a president. Don't you want to be president of Liberia?
I will stop right here. When we are speaking of things, we are not just talking because we want to talk. There is President Weah using a story. Look, President Weah did not present himself like I've been clean. He told them where his struggle was, those things that he struggled with, how he became what he is. He used other people around to say, don't you want to be like me? Don't you want to be like these people? This is what we call a practical approach. This is what we call a president. President Weah, what he was doing, he was counseling. The man took the presidency and put it one side. The man was now counseling these young people. You see what was happening, fellow Liberians? You see the progress that we're making? You see where you're now. Look, I always say this. My worry is not 2029, we've already won 2029. Is where are we starting? How President Weah will start this 2029? Because we are starting from ground zero. The progress, listening to President Weah, I play you the clip. Using his story to encourage these disadvantaged youth. Using his story to talk to these young people that you can be like me. I was there before. I am not perfect. I have my own ups and downs. Once upon a time, this is where I was. But look at me today. I have become the president. You too can be the same. I want to use this time to welcome our brother Jake. Brother Jake, how are you?
Yes, salute once again to you and to the follower. Respect again, always to the follower. Salute to everybody. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. You please help to share this video. It's very, very touching. The video you just displayed, pretty much just 1 minute in this video. Two things I take from the video. Two important things. You see, if the followers here would take on up, if those who don't like the president, if they would take on a political hat and listen to the video you just displayed. Two things I captured from the video. Imagine during the main youthful time, he came from a rough neighborhood, Gibraltar. He became an informer to quiet down because he know what was taking on that during those days. Just was not well known that opinion was one of the massive things at that time. But he was an informer to tell people that in his community, people were selling opinion, weed, to bring them to book, to arrest them. So the narrative was, you see, Prince, thank God you can be playing some video then. That the same people within the Unity Party, the man in the early age that was an informer to crack down on opinion or drugs. Now they were painting the men because of power that the men were breaking drugs in the country. You see how the narrative was wrong? Now knowing today, there was the same people that ruling the government now, that into the Unity Party now, they were breaking the drugs in our country to pin the government. Because when they met up the Mantle Authority, they were cracking down on drugs. People can still remember Patrick Sulu, they were cracking down on drugs. You remember a famous video, Jefferson Kochi, Patrick Sulu, they went to Sakana Ghetto. The same sponsor in the media and the propagandists, they bash the government, or they wholeheartedly drugs people in the ghetto. They had a shootout. If you can still remember vividly, fan followers, you know what I like the social media for, because the videos are all there. You see? So they painted this man ugly. The Peter, and another one I catch from the video, he mentioned Mahama, former president of Ghana. You see, today Mahama is back. You see 11. Nana Kofu run the Ghana economy. It was on water. What the Ghanaians did, they brought Mahama back in power. So when you hear the Unity Party people talking about George were not coming back, that's so fear. It's a fear tactic. It's a fear tactic. Mahama came back as president because Nana Kofu were not doing the right thing. And they took the party out of government. And Mahama came back to power. Look at Ghana now, on Mahama just in a year time now. Similar thing happened to America. Donald Trump was also from power. Today, but he came back to power. You make your own research. You go to other African country. All leaders in East Africa, they are coming back to power. So if the United Party, you see them talking about fear, so we are not coming back, they worry. Because they say only men are standing. But Prince, thank you for playing this particular video. But in your initial prelude here, Prince, let that be real here. The division of the land is from the present Unity Party. You can remember, followers, when Ellen was ruling, you would never see that kind of division before. Social media was awake, but the way on George, we have social media was diabolic. You never saw it. Thousands of people on profile. But if for the initial stage, they may have government inclusion. He never danced out nobody. But 7 months into the presidency, they started a rampage of smear, all the lie, because they brought the Unity Party brought the division, and now we see them back in power. The division is more. So you lay all that. You lay that. I like the video you play, because when I told people here, we don't preach propaganda here. No, we will tell you the fact. We will relay video, because we know the president that ruled the country before. He's not in the win to say we doing propaganda for him to come to power the way the Unity Party did to Baka. Yeah, but there's some men that rule a fingerprint all in the country. So we never spread propaganda. We only hold them, put our feet to the fire for what they promised the Liberian people about rescue.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. I want to welcome all of you, Ambassador Durubushi, Anna Taylor, Francis, Mercy. I want to say you are highly welcome. All of you are highly welcome. You know, I want to play another video. When the police under President Weah was cracking down on George, like you said, they seen opposition. They were the ones saying, oh, the police, they're stabbing the people, the police doing this, the police doing that. To the extent Patrice Sudu had to come up to appeal to the public.
Yeah.
People, this thing that we are doing is not against the society. It's to better the society. To the extent people even accuse Patrice Sudu.
Yes.
Let me play this video here.
Because they were bringing the drugs a lot.
Exactly so. They were the one bringing it. I mean,
the drugs.
My people, I'll play this video for us. And I want you to, let me play this video. And I want you to listen here.
The joint security of the
Republic. Yeah, this is one of the video here.
In the spirit of oneness, and to ensure that we maintain the peace of Mama Liberia. In so doing, there was a lot of strategies, a lot of plans put into place, and we use our expertise that we gather from international trainings. I would like to thank the Council of Patriarchs for listening to us. Though we were provoked, but because of the strategy put in place, no amount of provocation would have turned any of the members of the joint security from those attributes that were imparted into them. Officers, they are all members of the joint security. They are Liberian. They are no foreigners. And I guess one of the overwhelming things that even the general public wouldn't believe, the Liberia National Police share a uniform. But on the day of June 7, the Liberia National Police and the joint security were synchronized in their performance. People could not believe how did that happen. Some people said it was a foreign troop that brought in those equipment. No, those equipment were never brought in by foreign troop, but rather those are.
You mute. Prince, you mute.
I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, so he was talking about the coordination from the Liberian National Police and from the security apparatus and that of other agency. Let me just come here.
Liberia.
Somehow they won't do soft drink today because we didn't get the money on time to purchase soft drink. Yeah, so we couldn't get the soft drink, but every day we feed them with soft drink, water, and food. All Liberian, well-meaning Liberian, those who are capacitated to help these guys, let us come together to see how we can help them. Food is just one aspect of the whole thing because we wanted to be strong, we wanted to be healthy, but the other side of it is to cater to them because they need rehabilitation, they need to be cared for, and they need to go to hospital and what have you. And that is not an individual project. It's very difficult. So I'm asking all well-meaning Liberian philanthropists who can come together to see how we can help in our own way to at least help 5, 6, 7%, 10% to get off the street.
Responding to question that the same people he's feeling are the same people who are terrorizing peaceful citizens at night. This was how he responded.
This situation is not new to only Liberia. This situation is all over. You find homeless people, even in the United States, you find homeless people all over the world. But if these guys are cared for, they are placed in shelter homes, they are rehabilitated, they can become a very good citizen. It's all because they don't have it, so you find them doing what they are not supposed to do. Even though we fight the crime, but that's my way of talking to them, because after you see this guy, you talk to them, you listen to the plan, many of them will tell you that, look, if people come to our aid to help us, we'll leave the street. So
now, I want to stop this right here, and I just play a few bars of it. You saw what happened. You saw the approach of the police. Now, the same people in this video is a bit long, and I can't play all. Maybe we'll find the time to play all. There were people who were even accusing the police and say the police is aiding and abetting. To the extent that the police working with the police, and they say all kinds of things. You saw what happened. The same people who, when the police go raid, Patricia said it in the particular clip here. I'm sorry that we can't take all of the time to play it. To the extent he said, to the people will even be accusing us. People will be accusing us of trying to ensure that we can take these people off the street to raid this ghetto. The same people who have been terrorized, they are accusing us. When we come again to come talk to these drugs affected people to cancel them, they accuse us again. So what one will do? He said it in the particular video. Now, we are showing you these videos for you to see the practical approach that was taken by the Weah-led administration to transform these people. It wasn't politics that President Weah was playing. He understood the effect of drugs on these people. Like Wemo rightly said, he fought against these things coming up as a young man. CRD officer, you hear him? CRD. But this is a man that was being accused by the people who gave us drugs and introduced hardcore drugs to our society because they brought the war. The Unity Party, they brought the war. They are noted. They are on record. They brought the war. They introduced hardcore drugs to us so that we couldn't even hear anybody. We do anything that they want us to do. But these were the people that was accusing President Weah. Oh, the man selling drugs. Oh, the man doing this, the man doing that. Today, look at what is happening. To the extent A.B. Nkrumah himself confessed and said, we got more drugs, different kind in the country. A.B. Nkrumah is on record of saying it. Just see what we're saying. So you allow these people to lie to you. So they feel that it is okay. They can continue to lie. And that's why they are behaving the way they are behaving. Why you think they are killing your sons and your daughters, raping your children, and they feel it's okay? Because you gave them the opportunity to do it, and they are doing it. You are not demanding. You are not comparing them to ensure that they respect the rule of law. Why you think Joseph Newman Boyka is behaving the way he's behaving, disrespecting law and just behaving anyhow? Because from all indication, Liberian, it seems as if we are comfortable with his behavior, which is sad, which is very sad. A minister will rape a 14 years old and we all will sit down and say, oh yeah, okay, it already that, it's fine, it's okay. Rape a 14 years old, he's still passing around. The man is a Unity Party program. He's seated, comfortably seated at Unity Party program, having the program. The man is, the man enjoying himself. He even get down, let him here. Look at a picture. Let him here. J. Brian McGee. Sorry. Okay, sorry, yeah. Sorry. Let him here. At the Unity Party program, somebody who raped a 14 years old at the Unity Party program. I was reading, I came across some kind of thing from his daughter, where his daughter was saying that she don't know what is happening. Up to now, the government that should have carried this girl for testing, and they took her father's cement and every other thing. Up to now, the police have not come back with any investigation. It's now going to almost 4 months now. You can't hear anything. The man, they finished setting the man free. They here a Unity Party program. Other people who it is alleged they are behind bar, but let here the men passing around. My brother Jake, just conclude on this.
And follow more to the followers. I like the video that you play. You see, wait, let me remind followers here. You'll help to share the video. You see, George, we have never interfere with the branches of government. You remember, Prince? You remember Liberian people? Let me remind you. People that support the president, sedition. Prince, they were even, you remember the DOJ, Musa Din. People were even requesting for the president to sack Musa Din. But he never interfered. He never interfered with Patrick Sulu. Now what Greco Common doing now? Patrick Sulu, Prince, let me tell you something. Because like people don't respect prophet in our own land. Patrick Sulu will go down as one of, in our history, as one of the best police directors to grace that land. Not compared to like Joe Taden, where were arrogant, the revolts. Joe Taden was fearful police director. Yeah, Patrick Sulu, yeah, Greco Coleman now, going because of power, he power drunk now, because the police, you know, first time serving a police, big man, he served on Ellen Johnson Sally, but he never ruled at that. You know why, Prince? You know why he never governed at that? Because the Iron Lily was there to sack him at any time. Now, when I tell you Boyka is not in control or they get something over the president, it's written. It's on the wall. Oh no, why Gregory Cuomo never did this thing on Ellen Johnson Sally? Why? Why he never did it? But Ono Boyka, because why? He's 80 plus years old. He's not in control. So they calling the shot from different angle. They calling the shot. They're doing all kind of things. You cannot prosecute them because I believe they get something on him. You see, you're seeing it. That's the difference. The way Patrick Sulu in the legislature, different separate branch of government, the president never interfered. People even telling the president to sack Patrick Sulu because he was soft. He was too tolerant. No, that's the nature of the CDC. That's the nature of the president. So, but you see it now. What they wish for, what they went against it, what happening to the country now? What happened? Therefore, protests. They had the highest protest ever in the history of our country on George Weah. Uncountable protest. As is in our history. 178 years old, we never see the kind of massive protest they held on George Weah. Everywhere were protests. People die on the street that protest. People sick that protest. Current go in the other community that protest. I say massive student every minute. The University of Liberia, students were coming outside every day. They will run to the American embassy. You are now. We can see them protesting in the country. Only one man protesting in the country. That Molu. But I get a advice from Molu tonight. I get an advice from Molu now. I get our advice if we continue on the show. But let me just say, if Molu following it or anybody within the Molu camp, if they follow on the Palaver Hut, I'm saying it to Molu now. Stay down. Go back. Let me tell Molu something here, Prince. Do not fight for the Liberian people now. Listen, you came from the arm of the CDC, you are sedition, Molu. Disregard whatsoever. Only one group of people can protect you. That is CDC. Prince, if you look at the Molu protests, who all were involved in the protest? Surrogate, sedition. Half of the protesters are sedition. What I tell you, Molu now, abolish stand and go back to your party. Make men's with your party. Jake telling you now, Molu, former party chairman, go back to your root. Disregard what happened. Bygone is bygone. We're talking about reconciliation. We're putting things together now for 2029. Whatsoever. You are one man standing. Go back to your party. No matter what. You're not supposed to be chairman, but go back to your party. They will embrace you. When you go back to that party, it's better than you standing alone. With your party, we can come to your, the CDC will come to your rescue. The president will come to your rescue. Go back to your camp. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for followers here. Mo Ali, then when they were in opposition, I can remember the Unity Party sat there. Mo Ali was Secretary General, if you can remember. They had a former commerce minister, where the Lebanon guy was Moda. Moda was a chairman. They changed Moda. They sat there. Moda, they were not disgruntled. They decided to accept it. They reap that benefit today. He never abandoned his party. He's still with that cause. He reaping his benefit. He's an MD now for water and soil. Moda served as commerce minister. The people that love Molu are telling him you must tie or just send a clip to him. The followers here. I'm telling Molu, go back to your party. Do not stand alone. You standing alone. Go back to that umbrella where you belong to. That bag gonna be back on. What happened between you and the party hierarchy or the president whatsoever? We're putting it beyond us. You people in opposition. The Unity Party believe they believe you are opposition. They don't believe you are activists because they know you came from a political group, you resign from that political group. So they will never qualify, they will never guarantee that. So please, I'm appealing to you, Molu. Go back to your party. Your aunt, they will welcome you back. You got to go back to your party. It's good for you, it's good for the country, it's good for CDC. But standing alone, let the people do their own thing. Let other people that were protesting in the vanguard, in the country, let they take the stand, Molu. That's my take. That man take. Go back to your political party. Go back to conquer democratic change. Where you belong to, where you share all kind of story with. Go back. Let the Liberian people that voted the CDC out. If they think they better all now, they shouldn't protest. If they're not better all, they will lead protests. Go back to your party that your advice I get from Molu now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Jake. Thank you. Something happened today when Mr. Boyka appeared.
Yeah.
For his, how you call the thing?
Yeah, that was a viral movement. Yeah, that viral movement.
There were a lot of contradiction. There were lot of contradiction.
Yeah, but you let take on the main key. The main key that going viral. We don't care about that lies and propaganda. No. But there you go ahead.
Yeah, so you I know you capture what you capture. So let's hear from you.
Yeah, no problem.
So let's hear from you. From what you capture.
The main, you know, Boyka, Prince, I know you're playing video, but let me tell the followers here. Boyka believe that Joria can come back. But that's the only main major thing. I'm gonna go in detail with the president interview with friendly here with the radio station that belong to the government. If the president want to have press conference, let him bring hostile journalists. He never went in the lion den. He went to he went to a government platform. So why they were asking, but they gave him softball question. So if the president waited 2 years now to let him bring the whole press pool, independent or podcaster or whosoever, let him assemble to a house or executive mansion, unlimited in 1 hour, everybody ask question. But he went to the government platform. So what you expect? Nobody can ask him a question because they will sack them. But if we bring everybody on board, the critical voices to ask him, yeah, and then we know that that's a press conference. But for me, that's not a press conference. That's not a good interview because we're not stupid yet. You went to the government place. So, but the thing I captured there, talking about the president coming back. He know that the president will come back. When I tell you the reality is on the wall now. The whole cabal of the Unity Party in the president, the vice president, the hierarchy. I'm not talking about the charlatan, what the former president called it. I'm not talking about the charlatan. No, the hierarchy. All of them daydreaming. They believe. I told you here, the only man standing in the whole Republic of Liberia, is George Manning. We have no other opposition leader until he decide to be part of the take himself for other Liberian politics. But along he's standing that's the main. He like the Mahama, he like Donald Trump, all the leaders that left power and want to come back. You can see the writing on the wall. The Unity Party fear him a lot. They fear into the core, all the hatred, they embedded in our DNA. That's the only man standing. That's the only man the Liberian people believe in and revamp the whole republic again. That's a developmental politician that changed the narrative in the nation, that brought about developmental politics since 1847. 178 years old. You can see Liberian people talking about back arrest anymore. No, they're talking about development now. He changed the narrative. So that narrative sank in the people. The people know it. Even the Unity Party surrogate, even the members know it. That's why you can see most of them running on the former president project. Because they know, they have traveled. People have seen the social media on the blaze now. So developmental politics changed the whole narrative. He according the game changer, the Liberian politician game changer, the Republic of Liberia. That's my name. I will be calling. He's a game changer. So yeah, you can play some video you want to play, but that's the main thing I take up.
Sure. Okay. So there are several things that he talked about today. And one of the things that is even scaring fellow Liberians was when he talked about the FOIA program, the FOIA project that we've always been talking about. And I want to play a video here that I want you to listen to. Then we'll explain it. You know what is scaring about the way he answered the question? When we tell you that Joseph Numa Boyka, I don't know, some people say this man is not in control. Sometimes other people want to doubt it.
You believe it now?
Today, listening to that thing, I know that, look, we have a president that is completely absent.
Oh, when I tell you, thank God you talk, you notice it. Thank God you notice it.
Let me bring you this video.
Thank God. Anything I say, you must believe me, Prince. And I joke, I beg you, man. You don't know long time the person not in control. You know what you want to ask me, like? I beg you, man.
Play this video for us.
Again, yeah, Prince.
Is he hearing it?
And I think the followers not hearing it. If I can hear it, maybe they hearing it, but
let me see.
no, you can interpret it. If they hear it, no problem, you can interpret it.
Yeah, I think I'll play it on the other side. Somebody say no sound.
But followers, let me say, let me say something to the followers. You're my local. Listen, followers. When we say someone all here for a reason, he will play the video back. You're my local. The protocol. You see, how can a president go in an LBC studio? It never happened around it. You look at all interview concerning president one-on-one with journalists. Why the security or the EPS, whosoever, why they behind the president chair that? Why? You look at the body language of the EPS. You look at the body language of the president. You're not going to look at the interview. No, you're not going to look at the what he's saying. Prince, I will send labyrinth of video upon leaders. No matter how heavy security you have, if a president on an interview one-on-one with a journalist, first of all the people that are standing behind that president, anybody that watches, any international community or any leaders, they know we in heavy situation. Why the president? You look at the body language. Why behind the president chair or government station? Even it ain't gonna be government station. One-on-one with an interview before even you arrive to the particular building, everywhere protected, everywhere you send your reinforcement ahead of the president and do all the cleaning up before the president arrives. Why are security people got to sit behind the president chair? That's one of the questions I'm gonna ask. Why? Why is that? We live in the Western world. We now pass through Africa. I say I'm gonna go to video concerning past president and then present president past. Now you're not giving speech where your political guy will be there. You're not addressing the nation or go to the parliament building whatsoever. But look at the body languages. Prince will play the video back. Or those that are watching, y'all look at it. When I tell y'all the president not in control, y'all have to argue. I've been saying it from day one. No, I would take the whole story. I never knew the president was not in control. During the opposition time, Henry Costa told the whole Liberian community, the whole country, that the president is feeble. He told it. He knew the president's medical record. He knew everything to a fingertip. He knew the president's medical record to his fingertip. We never knew we never knew the deeper story. The only thing Liberian people knew, because the president said to the Liberian people are having a pacemaker. As soon as you put in your heart to regulate your heart, because you don't have the normal heartbeat. But deep down in his medical record, just go to some Henry Costa video concerning the president. When he had an altercation with Jeremiah Kun, when he flip-flopped to the CDC side, in the twinkling of the eye, during the election time, they got a lot of damaging report concerning the president's health. It was zero. Even Henry Costa even believed. You think what Henry Costa was acting with Jeremiah Kun? Because Henry Costa couldn't believe that the president would, even the president take power, he would not be there for 6 good years, because he knew the president record. So that why he had a few with Jeremiah Kun. How he told the Liberian people, Jeremiah Kun selling him on part, because he did a delicate job for the United Party. Then to see Prince Johnson to bring Jeremiah Kun to the authority to power, to the vice presidency. Then he believed in the twinkling of the eye, Jeremiah Kun will become the president of the republic, because he knew the president's medical record. He knew the president's medical record. Today. But the president, the United Party is so naive. Why? The Henry Costa stay close to power. He close to them.
I'm trying to download it to get the sound, but I
Yeah,
seems
but then
that it's giving me tough time. But I
yeah,
will
just
try
talk
to
about
get it
it.
later. I will try to do it later. But you know, the president said something today when they asked him about the FOIA project. According to what he said he wasn't even aware of the FOIA project. He said it. He wasn't even aware of the FOIA project. It's not something that he was aware of. My people, this is terrible and this is dangerous. I really want to play this clip, but I don't know, for some reason.
But you know what they were lie on? He aware. They were lie on the late Grace Spade. Let me tell you, because the dead cannot talk.
So this man said he wasn't even aware of the FOIA project. If the president of the republic can tell you that he wasn't aware of the FOIA project, then it is terrible for our nation. So then where are all his advisors? So where are all those meetings that they can be having? That people are supposed to brief him? That the president will tell us that he wasn't aware. He not even know of what was happening down there. He was never in the know. So it means we just have one statue or one skeleton, one would say one clan, just sitting down, and other people doing their own thing. Now you can see why, especially during his initial few months, you saw that they will bring listing Osa, put the other person in there. Before you go, they take the other person knee from there. They bring another knee. They take the other person knee. They bring another knee. You see what is happening? Now I can clearly see from Joseph Numa Boyka. First, I used to doubt it, but from now I can say that Boyka is not in control.
Can you believe me now?
Sure, my brother, there is no doubt.
When I tell you again, for the follow up, when I tell you, I've been saying it for years. Before 2 years now, I told you the president has been blackballed. I said the government has been blackballed. I told you. Prince, I will tell you today, she they will not get, they will get loud to the lab. Prince, I'm a chronic whistleblower. I know why I'm talking you. Where you think the international community, sorry for cutting you off. You think they not know the president in control? You think they can be put up billions or millions of dollars on the guys there? Prince, when I say we're doing dirty job, us with the dirty job, the dirty card have been playing. The card will play with United Party in the Western world. They will get upset to blame. You talking they say they were card player, they were lying the government, they were lying the president. Oh, they didn't get shishi connection. When I tell you, I would echo it again. George, he's a darling of the West. He's a darling of the global, no matter how you can call it. One day I will come over, you will salute me. I say he's a darling. I beg you, man. With Unity Party.
It's scary. Listening to Joseph Numa Boyka today, I really wish that maybe we'll find a time on Monday to really.
But me talk about the man, enough for Man River Union.
I will cut it and then play. He said, I don't know, but my brother Chokon, welcome. Welcome.
Pretty discouraged, eh?
Yeah, it's horrible, my brother.
Yeah.
For you to be in a country for a president to tell you that he's not that thing, and not something that you know that you kind of that I would say that grain of salt or grain of sand or whatever that.
Let me tell you another. Before Choco coming quick. Before Choco coming quick, Before Choco come in, let me tell you another thing quickly again. Maybe Choco will confirm it in Labio. You say, but Jake, I can don't know all these things. You know the lie to the president never knew about the protest. He never knew. Later on, he get to know. Now they left it. They escaped with the president. They took the president. Listen to me, Prince. The president not in control.
The president not aware. He can listen to radio, he hearing the thing. People saying
you want me to get there with when I tell you
let's get a choke on.
Let Choco come in.
Brother Choco, okay. Welcome, my brother, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much to Prince, to Mr. Teacher, and the rest of our followers following the live podcast around about. Let me say good evening from my end. I don't know which time you all may be in Europe, maybe in America. I don't know the time different, but
with 2 hours ahead of you.
Oh, okay. I was a good evening anyway. Yeah, I listened to Joe Boakai. One side of the story. Yeah, that's how I would consider it. I listened to Joe Boakai one side of the story, and he said, I think the project, he didn't know that such a $1 million property was being constructed, and you know, there are certain things I can be surprised at anyway. Yeah. So that whole issue about me being surprised, in essence, since Joe Boakai became president. Yeah. Because the first thing for you to have your government official giving different statements on something, you could just sit in a cabinet meeting and decide whether you're giving a rebel story or you're not giving a rebel story just for that coordination, right? So just probably through the Ministry of Information and just say, oh, the voting is for me or it's not for me. Just that one statement. Just, you know, it can't even be meeting physically, it will be a Zoom meeting. So just choose a story and come on Liberia because there is a mindset from the Unity Party government that everybody in Liberia are stupid people. So they could just choose any lie and just throw it out there. At least all of them can be consistent with that lie. It could be better. But the main responsible for all infrastructure in our country, the Minister of Public Works. Because for Daniel Sando never yet, I could say the communicating government policy. But the men that are supposed to approve all construction in the country, the message, Papa, the other one, don't ask them. You go ask the executive. You go to the mansion and go ask them. It's a security project. The client doesn't pushing. Don't put me through the question again. Because to defend land, that's small thing. Could have to find out on a story. Daniel Sando gave on a story, on a version. Jeremy Napier, they one mansion here. That season show, season 1, season 2, season 3, and trust me, it won't take down. It will reach season 10. The least thing I expected from Joe Boakai today was to tell the Liberian people, you see that property info here? And my property. Come on, Joe Boakai working for money now. What are you stealing so now? Everybody knowing Liberia Joe Boakai rule. So I want to use that to can't give. You got to be honest enough. Tell Liberian people, even when I was saying see the money, I'm working for money, right? That is my property I'm building as my retirement home. Because Liberian people get retirement job already, they say, Papi, get the presidency as a retirement package. So you could make us to understand that part of the retirement package is to build my own info. I mean, that was just fair enough, but man, the whole story did. But Boakai said now open another Bandora by where in a war a $10 million mansion will be constructed. You got EPS money in the play. EPS, I say fly, get by around that play. Fly, you get by there. Okay? The whole county security I call it apparatus. Their number one priority are to protect that property. But you can't let all you say the property you never knew about. In fact, if you knew, you are going to stop it. Say Boakai say they that for him because he gave the first time they get to MRI, they get to Equa rejected. They tell around Boakai today give it to MRI. We are done our fast planning. All of the MRI country, all they say they just say, oh, they know nothing about that thing. In fact, the secretary of the MRU, he said when you want to know whether we get project penny. Whether in a future or now, go and check on our website. We can't do anything in a organization in secret. Go check on our website. So it is shameful. It is disgraceful. Boakai just needed to be honest. But say he said for him, me not fail. That play when I go low far. The only thing I'm asking Joe Boakai to do, let him take EPF proof on that because I got that donkey project now. That spirit get it. Say for me, for MRU, that donkey project. Meaning when I go low far, that they must know EPF must say for me. I can go there and go see there. When having my party, I can carry them. Because I don't give project now. Ain't for nobody, ain't for Boakai, ain't for MRU, ain't for nobody. That free hall, they just appear for spirit. I pay Joe Baga and if I don't property there, you'll be moving. When go over, let me go dinner inside. I free on.
You go that property for the main children, man. You pay it for the children. We not only F anymore, you pay for your children.
What is even most scaring on this whole thing for me on this story is that one. So Bweka is telling us that his ministers are not even informing him about what is happening. Bweka is completely disconnected. You know, I'm looking at it from different perspectives. This is the first perspective. This is the first angle. That Bweka is not being informed about what is happening in the country. Because the Ministry of Public Works, even when people being bathroom under this government, they can go there and send people there to go and find out what the people doing there, how they doing there, what they must do there, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Under this government that we know. Under this government that we know. So for Bweka to tell the Liberian people that he wasn't even aware of the project, it means that, number one, his ministers is not even giving him information. It means everybody just doing their own thing. That is the first side of it. It means Bweka is totally disconnected from Liberia. Probably that old man that when he finished taking a pan one, he on the other side, while the minister then just going ahead and doing their own thing. That's what Bweka is telling us. So then it means the ministry itself, especially of public works, that is supposed to be responsible for the issue of payment, you know, people paying their leho, that you're supposed to be aware, and etc., etc. So the Ministry of Public Work now is telling us that my people, all the things that we've been doing around here, we've been doing it on our own. Bweka na well, Bweka is on your own. All the things that we've been doing, that our own thing we've been doing. So the breaking of homes around here, one been doing it. Bweka na aware. So all of the things that have been happening, Bweka is not even aware. We've been doing our own thing. You see how terrible the country is? Now you can see from this other angle, because there are so many angles, it's just one angle. Now you can see why these ministers take unto themselves arbitrary authority to do anything they want to do, and nobody asking them. Now you can see why people like Mo Ali, in a broad daylight, they will steal money that is intended to give us water in Liberia. Water supply, they will eat that money there, and nothing will come from inside. Now you can see why, for example, people like how you call Jeremy Pia will sit down and insult people on his platform at Mika there, and you know, nothing will happen. Because it means that they are running the show, they are running the Bweka is not even aware. It's not aware.
I'm cutting you off.
The most dangerous thing is
go ahead.
Bweka is not even aware, meaning that the security of our nation is scary, it's terrible. That's why you see Bweka putting the people there, a countryman there. He look at the army and tell Fole and say, yeah, my nephew can't be here. Because for me, I'm not even aware, I don't even know what's going on. This is scary, my people. It's scary.
When I tell you, you're getting close to my story now. You're getting cool. Why am I surprised you? Let me, you know what they think pinning more? A pinning one person particular in the whole atmosphere. That Henry Petro Costa, he barely dying in your head because he knew all these things. They shield the mayor and they spread the gibberish. What the people never knew the story? I mean, remind followers again. You remember Sam Gay, the EPF boss, and nobody can fire him? You remember? When I tell you LeBron a time bomb, yeah, when I tell you recognizing everything I said to AB now, when I tell you that thing is beyond Bweka now, it's proving. Thank God the president said came up for an interview. It's proving it's beyond Bweka. It's beyond 2029. They're not thinking about Bweka. They won't have great some power. That's the thing. That's the focus. So CDC need to strategize. They need to think out of the box. That this is it. This is it. This is it. Let me tell you, beyond Bweka, everybody in control. Even the weapon, Prince. Even the weapon that coming to the country from Turkey, even the weapon that coming from in the other the country from Turkey, I will lay something behind you here. I will tell you after the show. I get a story I will tell you. You will be surprised. You'll be
Let's go
surprised.
to our brother Chokon as we hear from him on this issue of the protest, his own take. Hopefully by Monday, today was very, very late for us. Hopefully by Monday we'll be able to talk more about this. But my brother Chokon,
Let me emphasize the
we want
protest.
to hear from you as it relates to, this issue of protest, your own observation from what happened. I know you can't be able to give all out because the time, but let's just hear from you as you run up from your end.
Yeah, so thank you to our followers. Thank you for always sharing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for bringing your data to always follow up. In regards to the protest, I think I gave an information before the protest. I think it was Jake that asked me as to what are people will come up with. And I told you that many people are bent on 2029.
Yeah.
I told you many Liberians, you interview them. In fact, besides you interviewing them, people are practically walking, talking, say 2029 will not be easy. Yes. So when you have people, and when Liberian minds are made up, I mean, you don't have the capacity to change their plan, right? So all you can do, because it is a support that you need, right? I said I will anticipate that the protest be well attended, even more than the first one. But the reality is, many people are bent on 2029. They can practically tell you that 2029 it will be a do or die. It will be about life and death. They are definitely on that. Now, on that part, you are not having argument on that one. You are not having argument on that one. So, like I said, I anticipated the play being packed up. I also went with the mindset because I have the information to my fingertip that many Liberians are bent on 2029. They will tell you plain blank that 2029 we are prepared to either take the country forward or backward. So they clear on that one. And that's part of the reason why you see the people there, even the government, they have gotten that clue that Liberian people, they ain't wasting our time. That's why you see they even wasting time to can't say they want to develop this, that day. No. I think Baka made one statement last time that no matter what you do, people will stay critical of you. He made that statement because the guys they have the NSA, they have different security apparatus that give them the information. They do opinion poll, they go around, they listen to the view of Liberia. And so Liberia don't get all that Latin also come. You get tell Liberia that Joe Baka can lie or Joe Baka government can lie. Now whenever they're not listening to it, as soon as they already have whether they're listening to that one again, be their news. What is on their agenda is 2029. And so we can only tap into their plan because no matter whatever political party agenda, you must subscribe to Liberian people agenda because they are the ones that have the population. They are the ones that will decide. Right? So they are been that 2029 can May, they are bringing Joe back.
Let me ask you another question. You think why Liberian people reluctant? Is it because the United Party, when they came to power, they signaled the Liberian people that protest not allowed here? They think they massacred the day in Grand Cape, King George, and other places that what make the people scary? Because under the former president, no, the whole country were protesting. Why? They put fear in the country?
No, listen, for some of us, I may not be old enough, right? But I've read Liberian history. And one of the best stories you can find is people who have first-hand experience. And I'm talking about people who probably what they saw is what they wrote on, right? Yeah, I read and the rest of them. But people that have first-hand experience where I practically saw the war, they will tell you some of the reason the war came is because people never had the opportunity to express themselves. Now, typical Liberian man, when you ain't got issue, he will curse you, he will talk about it, he express himself. That man finish with that thing long time. When a man has the opportunity to express himself, typical Liberian man, that's how we're looking. That's why we are dangerous people in the world because, I mean, we don't keep malice in our hearts. But when you give a room to keep malice, it can be dangerous. And that's what the government doing. Right? So people are not having the opportunity to express themselves. That one single opportunity that they have to express themselves, one or two their food or two their action is 2029. You don't want to reach there. It's dangerous for our country. And that's why the government needs to be very serious and in making sure that they create a space. Because the more space they create so people can express themselves, it's better for them. It reduces the tension ahead. But when you continue to suppress people, you send people to jail, who protest and the rest of them. Chief, people are not speaking, people, some of the reason people are not speaking, and not because Joe Baga Puri killing people or because Joe Baga Puri people. No. It is not that. Right? People are aware that even 2029, it will be more dangerous. But guess what? There are some that already that 2029, they are willing to get a level for this country. So it's clear now we can change it.
Okay, so okay. Another question because you in the draft, you in the hot seat now.
Yeah, Jake. I think time I've caught up.
Yeah, just let me answer the last question
on the other side. So,
let me answer the last question. If the way you say everybody waiting for 2029 by the grace of God, you think the way everybody top flagging they not ahead of time that they will do something crazy to cheat the election, you think it will happen?
Don't pray for that because some of the conversation I'm in hearing, I'm afraid. Chief, I take 2029, if you come here, even if you have never dreamed about having security for yourself, you bring extra money for your own security. You don't see nothing here, sir. But Jake, do you know what I mean? You know how difficult it is to own horse in a country? For the government to look at your horse that it took more than 20 years to build and just break it down and say no compensation. You know what I mean? For people to not have job, they go say, oh, cynical. You beating in the market door. You know what it means for you to be working while your family depending on you and the government take your job and you all around for one Ataisha to Ataisha begging for terms. Don't pray for me, I can tell anybody for free. With God above, I pray for long life and good health. For 2029, it will not be easy. Yes, I'm one of the leaders. I will want for people to come out now to express themselves, to put Baga feet to fire. But Liberians are resolved that 2029, it is going to be a left and death game. You can't change that. Yeah, you can't change that. So that's it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, my brother Jake just concludes so that
thank you for the show followers once again. As Prince said, we came late, so salute to you. Maybe next week we will come. We'll show you a lot of things. So you have to share this video. It was the show for me. I found it necessary. The show was nice. We'll go in details with the president message. Prince will reload everything. So yeah, as Choco on the ground in Liberia, it's an eyewitness in the country. So when you say the Liberian people resolve, we'll be going next year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody coming to 2026 now. So let that pray for long life as everybody put your health in order. Liberians, people put your health in order. The followers here, as a year end, go to your doctor, check yourself, go do your checkup. Anything happening, the doctor will know and put you on medication. Don't wait for the sickness to spread. Health is life. So nothing matters in the life here beside your health. Your health is number one. That's the riches of life. It's not money. Money is not everything. Health is the riches of life. Every great millionaire, when our health crumble, they can cry. So put your health in order. That's my advice to you and salute. And thank you, Mr. CEO. Thank you for the hardware. Chokon, thank you for the hardware. Stay be doing your documentary. Do your documentary. You can put on another level.
Okay.
It's salute. You mute.
Again, I want to say thanks to all. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for starting late. This month is a very tough month for us here in the US. the work and every other thing is just so
Now
crazy.
Christmas month.
That's why, yeah, Christmas month is a very tough
But
month
Prince,
for
you're not going now.
everybody.
You December. You're not going by the December.
No, I forget.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I
December.
want to say thanks to all. I want to appreciate all of you. Time have caught up with us. Until
Okay,
we meet
sorry.
again, hopefully
Thanks.
Monday. Have yourself a God
Okay,
bless.
bye bye.
Thanks from our end. Bye.